just in, Kevin Smith just tweeted, Jesus, fine. If no one else will do it, me and Mark Bernardin will run the DC division at Warner Brothers, but I can't start until after the Clerks movie convenience tour is over in December. I think
probably for the best. He would be fantastic. Yeah.
Because the guy, Dan Lin, is not accepting the keys. I guess they were offering him the opportunity to run it.
He could 100% be the Kevin Feige of DC.
Yeah, it would make total sense. But these Warner Brothers too fucking stupid. They gonna do more dumb shit till they just bankrupt themselves.
Kevin has been trying for so long, and like he's doing adjacent projects like Supergirl. He's done Masters of the Universe. Like he's trying to like prove his worth for DC, and they're just not.
They've always been dumb.
Is DC a Warner Brothers product?
Yes. So Warner Brothers, a history lesson. Marvel for a long time sold off so many of their properties, right? That's why Sony has Spider-Man. That's why
Universal.
Fantastic Four and Daredevil and X-Men were all owned by Fox. And then when Disney bought Marvel as a whole, that's why they were just waiting to collect all the other ones that were either running to like their deals expired because they only owned it for a certain amount of time. Either they owned it for a certain amount of time or you had to make a movie, you had to do something with the rights. And if you did it expired, it would return back home. Okay. Spider-Man, that's why they keep making all this garbage. Anywho, so they were at a disadvantage because all their shit was all over the place. But Kevin Feige came and he had a plan because he's kind of been along the road this whole time. He was like working as a producer or behind the scenes when they did Spider-Man, when they did X-Men. He's been around for a long time. And so Marvel's like, here are the keys, and he figured out how to do everything. DC has never had the fucking problem of having all of their stuff dispensed all over the place. They've always owned their shit. And the problem is that they've never spoke to each other. So how it was run was you have DC animation, you have the comic books, you have TV, and you have movies, and none of these motherfuckers were talking to each other ever. Yeah. That's why, like, when Smallville was like a huge fucking hit, everyone was like, just take Tom Welling and let him be fucking Superman. He's great. Everyone loves him. The ratings are great. Wouldn't do it. DC animation was kicking ass, like the storytelling, amazing. People are like, it's written for you, motherfuckers. Turn it into live action. What is the problem? Like, nobody was talking to each other. You're making a full ass universe on TV, on CW. And what does Warner Brothers do? They're like, oh, we want to make our own channel to make original content on cable somewhere and make it an own network that people have to subscribe to. But people are still watching all the good shows on CW. And they're not going to like cross over like dumbasses. Just like constant stupidity over and over again. Then when Marvel just like skyrocketed past them, they were like, oh, okay, well, we want to make it an extended universe as well. Now, mind you, Warner Brothers owns DC. Warner Brothers owns some of the biggest properties ever. So they were good when they had all those Harry Potter movies coming out back to back to back. They were like, no problem. Like, we're set. We're not worried about fucking Marvel. Like, we've got Harry Potter. We've got the Batman Dark Knight series. Like, they were good. But motherfuckers didn't plan shit after those movies were ending. They got to like 2011, I think, and they were like, we don't have anything.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
So then they started to scramble, and again, we're gonna make another Superman movie, and then we're going to, oh, we don't like this one, we're gonna give Bryan Singer the rights to do the Superman movie, and the bitch ain't never read a comic book in his life. By the way, Bryan Singer is the one who made most of the X-Men movies. Didn't read any of the comic books. Came over to Superman, made one off because it was garbage, trash. He had to leave, and then they had to start all over. It's just, I want to fight these motherfuckers in the
I need to
street.
give you a hug right now, Danielle.
I'm sorry. Jackie, why you let me go on my tangent? You know how I be getting my blood pressure high?
It's these deep dives that are the YouTube exclusives, man.
Oh, God.
Thanks for the history lesson. That was good. I had no idea.
Just
Sorry.
it's on site. And now it's even worse because Discovery took over Warner Brothers. Now Warner Brothers has DC, they took over HBO, like they have TNT, Turner Movies, like they have so many fucking properties, right? And they're just like, hey, I'm going to take $1 million in cash and just flush it down the fucking toilet because I'm dumb. And so Discovery's like, okay, they're hemorrhaging. HBO Max was literally the #1 platform. And these motherfuckers were cutting left and right. They were deleting programs. They're starting to say, we're going to cut back on diversity because they want to get middle America. The problem is middle America doesn't have a problem with HBO Max having diversity. They
Mhm.
have a problem with cost.
Yeah,
You're not going to get more subscribers by
cutting content.
Right. They cut like 200 episodes of the original Sesame Street. So you can't go back in the archives and
Yeah,
see
I think I-
any
I-
of the Sesame Street stuff.
Was that pretty recent that they did that?
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
just like left and right.
They scrapped a completely finished Batgirl movie.
With Brendan Fraser and
I did.
Michael fucking Keaton as Batman again, bitch. Cut it. Deleted it. The
I did
directors of
hear
the
that
movie.
movie was pretty bad. I don't know the specifics, but I heard
Nobody
that.
saw the movie yet. Nobody. The directors hadn't even finished like
Really?
editing and doing the final cut. So like no
But it
one
was
could-
all shot and like the money's already been spent.
Michael Keaton. That's all we've ever wanted is for him to play old Batman. And I don't care if it fucking sucked. It had Brendan Fraser and Michael Keaton. Take my money. I'll have discourse about that shit later.
Yeah.
Deleted it off the server. The two directors, who, by the way, are the directors of the Miss Marvel TV show on Disney Plus, they were devastated. They're like, "What the fuck?" They did screenings so people could see the movies, but that's private screenings of the people. But like, it's
Mhm.
gone. It's fucking gone off the servers.
Hopefully there is a pregnant lady like Toy Story 2 who took a copy home. Someday they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I had this copy lying around. Here's Batgirl. And you know HBO has a copy because they're stupid, but they're not that stupid.
I mean, they put it in the vault. They have it. They didn't.
Yeah.
They just took it off the server so nobody could do anything with it.
Yeah.
And they did that so nobody could say release the movie. Essentially, like nobody could start a campaign like they did for Batman versus Superman, the Snyder Cut. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, was it? No, it was Justice League.
Mhm.
Snyder Cut. Yeah, it's a hot every day. Shit keeps coming out about the stupidity happening over there, and it's just like.
Is that what Kevin Smith's tweet was about?
Yeah, because they need someone to take over to fix shit. They want to realign, and that's fine. Like all of us have been saying, we want a reset of the
Mhm.
DCEU. Like we're ready for a reset
Yeah.
because it's just all over the place. You've got the Batman, which I personally thought was amazing. So that means Ben Affleck's Batman doesn't make sense, but you still are making the Flash movie, and that motherfucker's going around attacking people and like.
Yeah.
Just absolutely insanity.
You ready to get back to the Knight's Tale? Happy thoughts?
I've got my stone.
Rub on your amethyst.
Okay,